Exactly like I said, in a physical form, we see King Maponga, but he is actually connecting the past and the present, and this is a watcher from the past into the present, directing us to the future. Thank you so very much, my king, for that spontaneous revelation of what the moon, and we used to hear the moon, or the women in those days when our mothers had their cycle, they call it the moon. Have you seen the moon, or the way they asked us, and we never actually could understand what this is.
On a more serious note, in Shona, the moon, we call it mwezi, and mwezi is the same word we use for periods, for women when they are on their periods. Have you been to the moon? So we have a proverb that says a woman who has not seen the moon can never have children. And when children are born, you don't take them outside to interact or to be touched by anybody until the moon comes up. Then you take the child and you show them the moon, then they get the sense of time. So the timing is actually linked up to the moon. So women would actually understand that the moon is them. And in ancient days, you may want to understand this one just to show you something. Something like the beads, which women would have around their waistline. Then when a young girl begins her periods, then they would put the red bead on the first day, on the second day, on the third day, on the fourth day, until she begins to thin up. Then they put on the orange ones to show that now you're thin. Then the times when she stops her periods, then they will put on the white ones to say now you are clean. By the time she begins to ovulate, then they'll put on the green ones. Then when she is now fertile, to run the cycle again. Therefore, the woman was able to count her seasons, her months, using the beads around her waistline. So they were not just for fashion. When women would put them around their waistline, they were actually be able to control a birth control tool, that a woman would actually be able to count her menstrual cycle from her waistline. And when her husband is approaching her, she would actually be able to tell, am I clean? Am I good? Am I ovulating? Do I want a child now? So sexuality and childbearing was not a business of the men to say, I want a child. It's the woman who decided, because she knew her moon. She knew how to count her time. Unfortunately, our modern women, oops, I have missed my periods. Oops, because you are not in touch with time. But the moon was very essential, because it actually gave us the sense of time. And any civilization that has made it anyway, they need to own their time. Then through that time, they can celebrate their festivities and their rituals. For this time that the moon gave us the change of seasons, when the rain is coming, how much rain is around there this year. When you look at the moon and you see the amount of moist that is around the moon, we can tell that we are going to have good rain, or we are not going to have any rain this year. It's going to be dry, there are going to be locusts, there are going to be dust, there are going to be sickness and disease. So many of the things that are happening in the smaller world, they're actually written in the bigger world. It's only unfortunate that we've lost some of those sciences, how to read the cosmos, which is the bigger world out there, as it speaks to the lower cosmos, which is we are. And divinity has given us women as the cosmos within humanity, through which we can procreate, reproduce ourselves, and count our seasons.